polling day. Might turn into a lovely summer afternoon. Have you just voted?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question? What was in your mind when you voted?
To get Tories out.
Good answer.
Good answer.
You didn't vote, sir, though. Have you already voted?
No, not me. I'll vote Stella.
It's your first vote. Did it feel exciting?
I was expecting a bit more, but
I remember the first time I voted. I was disappointed, little stubby pencil.
I voted for Labour,
Right.
yeah, begrudgingly. I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly excited by West Streeting.
So at the very least, just no more Tories. End
Yes.
this 14 years.
I'm a single parent, I work full time, I'm not entitled to benefits, I live on a minimal wage.
Do you work in the NHS?
I work across the road, yeah.
Wow. So you're already at the front line. Without people like
Yeah,
you, we've
I've
had
had
it.
to work all through COVID.
Do you have any faith that things will get better?
I'm hoping.
We all are.
For example, someone is dying for food, the other one is billion pound or $1 million. That's not fair.
Yeah. I get a sense of the future when I'm here. Don't you?
And it feels all right.
Yeah, I think it'll look and sound and talk and think quite like this. What do you want to do?
in the future,
Yeah.
I want to go into medicine.
Well, thank you for doing that.
No problem.
I'm glad we got a new generation of doctors. What kind of country would you like to live in?
Equal, fair society like that, where you have a choice, where you have a say, you know?
Sounds like you might have voted Labour. You did.
Can I take a picture of that?
Yeah, if you want. Oh, no, my hair's a right mess. You just tell me. The first time we came here, not long after the Brexit referendum, one of the first places we visited was this community hub here, which is doing lots of amazing work about hunger and loneliness. And it's all held together led by Donna.
Brexit's going on and there's all sorts of arguments around that. But actually, that means nothing for the people around here. What they're worried about is what time the community fridge is going to open. The parish opposite the canal, the other side of the canal, which is what, a 12-foot stretch?
Yeah.
They will live 10 to 11 years longer than we will. Just by sheer virtue they live the other side of the canal.
Thanks, Nick.
Hello.
Just talking about you.
Hello, Donna.
Good
How are
to
you?
see ya.
It's a matter of hours now until the polling station's closed.
Hello. Have you come to join us?
Yes.
Are you okay door knocking? If I put you with an experienced team, is that okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant.
You've come through that sort of grassroots working on the ground and into the Labour Party.
You know I'm passionate about Woughton.
Yeah.
Passionate.
We're all here for the kids, we're all here for the future, we're all here for the community.
You're doing an amazing job.
No worries, no worries.
What's Richmond like to live in?
Lovely.
Oh, it's a nice town, yeah, without a doubt.
It's wonderful. Great. We have a great MP.
Do you think the fella up to now has been the local MP is going to hang on?
You know what? I don't even know who is in the Richmond.
You don't know the MP, is it? We've come to Richmond in Yorkshire, where the local MP, Rishi Sunak, might just be in an unexpectedly tight race.
I would be surprised if he did lose. He's got a majority of 27,000.
I think you're getting in Richmond, definitely, yeah.
I trust from your T-shirt you're not voting for your Tory candidate and the Prime Minister. You're not voting at all?
Waste of time.
Have you always thought that?
No.
Have you ever met your MP?
No.
They say he might lose his seat.
He won't lose his seat. No chance. There's more chance of me becoming a millionaire than him losing the seat in this town.
But we come round the corner, there's something political going on here.
Something political, you say?
Why are you wearing children's sunglasses?
Why not?
Good answer.
If you don't believe that I can actually win this election, you go into that coffee shop and you should see the poll.
Because I'm 54, I've never heard of this fella. He's in a bad way, isn't he? So if we take this at face value, you're absolutely eating his lunch according to this, aren't you? Does the Prime Minister come in here much?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, he's made chocolate with us before.
This is my proxy vote for you, John. Is that all right?
There we go.
Do you think he's been the author of his own fate, or do you feel slightly sorry for him?
Anyone having that job I feel sorry for. It's a poison chalice, isn't it?
I don't feel sorry for him, no.
No?
How can you feel sorry when it's got all that
An hour north of Richmond is Consett, a former steel town that returned a Conservative MP for the first time ever in 2019. The condition of Britain, it seems to me, in a lot of places, is partly about quiet. It's just, there's an absence of people around. How long have you lived here?
30 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
How's it doing?
People don't interact the way they used to. You don't mix the way you do. You don't look after each other.
There's not as many empty shops here as we found in other places, but what you really do feel is the loss of sort of shared space. Over there, that ballroom I think is closed too. What do you do?
Ambulance service.
We are overworked, like you wouldn't believe. We are really overworked.
Have you been in the midst of of unnecessary long call-out time, getting to people?
Oh, every day, every day, every single day, and probably every day for the last 10 years. I was saying 10.
Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Yeah.
Go on.
Labour.
Tell me why.
It's got to be a change. I think the cronyism, the corruption that seems to have gone on.
How do you feel about the election? Do you think we need a change?
Massive. Everything needs uprooted, overhauled.
What have you lost here noticeably?
Youth services, massive.
What do you do?
I am a dinner lady.
You get hungry kids at school?
A lot of hungry kids that sneak food out in their pockets to eat later on. A lot of charities have having to taken over from what was provided by the council.
If I was a Labour politician standing here, I would say, well, why aren't you voting for me?
Because I'm not convinced that they're going to drastically change things.
In concert, there is now 5 food banks. We concentrate on people, more for people who's in work and poverty. That's on benefits.
This is food for people who are working?
Yeah,
largely.
I get nurses coming in, people that's in the care sector, people that's generally working in the shops. The local shops are struggling because they can't get enough hours in.
So you've been here 12 years, and how's life now?
Financially difficult, mainly because I've got an interest-only mortgage.
What's it meant for you?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'll come and get free food where I can because I can't afford to live very well.
So who are you going to vote for?
I voted already, posted vote for reform.
Right. Nigel Farage and Richard Tice have got a few bob, right? They're rich people.
They work for it.
Right. Do you think they understand what it's like to live in a place like Concert?
I believe so, yes, I do. I really do. Particularly Nigel.
Privately educated former commodities trader.
So? Oh! I'll get my free bread now.
You voted by postal vote with the sound.
Yes.
I presume you didn't vote Conservative.
Nope.
Did you vote Labour?
Nope. I didn't vote Labour and I didn't vote for Reform neither. There's nobody been to Glenroyd House.
No politicians ever visited here?
No. This election I haven't seen one of the candidates.
Where's Tesco's? Down here.
Why are you on Tesco?
Because that's where the new housing is. There's no sign of, as far as I can tell, a park, a community centre, a pub, a cafe. When we ask people about elections and these sort of supposedly collective moments, you know, where the country has to come together and make a decision, one of the reasons that doesn't compute is that people don't live like that anymore. She's swing voter.
She talked to her.
Yeah, she's swing voter. Right. New housing swing voters. Excuse me. There's an election on Thursday.
Mhm.
You're going to vote?
Yes, I will be.
Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Labour.
And do you think the country will get better?
No. It's like picking the best of a bad bunch.
Last question. Do you know what used to be here?
Steel works.
Yeah.
My husband's granddad used to work at the steel works at the time, so we just found it quite interesting that we now live on the estate he used to work at.
He was toiling away in a blast furnace somewhere around here 50 years ago.
Yeah, and now we're just going for leisurely walks to the allotment.
So what happens now? Another suitcase, another haul.
Going north.
Crossing the border. We're now changing out a different mode of transport. Going out of the rail network. Labour says it's gradually going to nationalise. Gradually. Because we're on the verge of this apparently asteroid-like Labour victory, I think people, or some people anyway, have got this idea that they're going to put the red wall back together. But I don't think you can talk about politics like that anymore. If the natural tendency of all the voters you put together is to quite quickly sort of pull apart and go chaotic again, right? And to my mind, you've got to have a much more sort of ambitious, binding, inspiring sort of politics, right? We're headed into Coatbridge, where back in the day we came quite a lot. And I tell you what, if you think the Labour Party fell apart in the Red Wall 4 years ago, you want to see what happened to it here in 2015.
I never thought we'd see it. Just, it is amazing.
It is amazing.
It really
is. Biggest thing in my whole life, my whole generation.
This isn't about nationalism, this isn't about the referendum, this is about people wanting change.
But anyway, is that shop there, isn't it?
Yeah. Seems like 1,000 years ago now. What do you want to do? Talk to people. How do you feel about the election?
I'm not one.
Go on.
I think it's an absolute farce.
You think it's... How did you vote last time?
SNP.
Right.
SNP, but I might vote Keynes. They've had it good for too long, so... And we need change. They have to do away with like, the food banks and, you know, like help the economy. It's depressing.
I have never known of as many food banks as there is now.
What, in Coatbridge?
All over.
You believed in independence, right? How do you feel now? Still?
Yep.
You don't think it'll be a better day on Friday because we'll have seen the back of the Tories in London?
Yeah. I cannot wait.
I was originally Labour and then switched to SNP and then I'm going back to Labour. I'm only doing it just to keep my vote away from the Tories.
Tell me about how Coatbridge is doing now.
Are you taking pictures of it, what it's doing now?
Bloody hell. So can we film this? So you've just got a big hole in the middle of your town. How long has it been like that?
Months and months and months and months and months and months.
Change is coming here. The former shopping centre is due to be replaced by new housing, but everything seems to be happening really slowly. So it's been like this for quite a while. This is more evidence of the British disease, isn't it? We seem to be very slow at turning places around. Well, what's going to turn Coatbridge around?
Well, I'm hoping the Labour government will do that this time.
Wow. You voting Labour?
Yes.
You know what I've got a bee in my bonnet about? Shared space. Places where people can meet their friends and come together and all that. And they're vanishing. Hats off for what you do, because this cafe's that, isn't it?
Well, it's definitely a hub. It's generations of people coming in here and I've employed a lot of people in the town. I've had students come from me when they're 15. They learn how to have social skills, they learn how to treat people. We'll say, it seems an old person. It might be the only people they speak to in one day. Ask them, oh, was it raining today? You'll get to know them and they'll come in and they'll say, oh, hen, and then they'll get to know your name, and that's how I teach them to work. Because it's people that come in, they want to be noticed, they want to be people.
It's not just a business, is it?
No, I don't think so.
The best things happen by accident sometimes in these films. We just came in here for a cup of tea, not at all sure of what we were doing, and you find this whole sort of history and world you're suddenly talking about. All right, come on. Right, we've got another story about eating and food. Another one of our staples, in fact. This is how we got Coatbridge food. Yeah, this is it.
Man, woman, a 15-year-old girl.
And cats. 8, 6 and 2.
She's a wee girl, just kind of 2-year-old. We've all had the cliche in the last 14 years about how food banks are now an arm of the state. That guy's a social worker. He works for the council and he's coming to pick up food for a household.
We've had people coming in and saying, I don't have any electricity, I don't have any gas. The other old man that came down and all he wanted was food for his dog. He had no food for himself, but he's saying, I need food for my dog.
We keep being drawn back to food banks and we think, God, I'm going to another food bank. But it tells you something very profound about the state of the country, right?
Yes,
that for a start.
Absolutely.
I can't see anybody coming into poor to help these people that are coming here. They come down, you get a photograph taken, hand in a tin of beans, and they disappear into the sunlight again.
How's life? Struggle? A struggle. How do you feel about the future?
Optimistic.
Do you? Why? Tell me why.
Because life can change, can't it? Never thought I'd get back to the way I'm now.
Well, are you in recovery?
Aye.
Right.
About a year in August, clean.
Really?
Aye. I've had to step up to bring my wee grandbaby up. That's my
That's
granddaughter.
your granddaughter?
Aye.
You feel optimistic?
Aye.
That you're having to come here to...
But I do feel good because she saved me as much as I'm saving her, if you know what I mean.
Nice to meet you, Helen.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Brilliant people doing brilliant things, isn't it? Everywhere we go. Politics is cold and sort of emotionally constipated, isn't it? And scared of its own shadow. But I want loud voices. I want people on platforms with party logos who don't just spout endless cliches. Sleeves up, day one, from the get-go. I want to have loud voices that sound like them. As far as I understand it, we've just crossed the border between Scotland and England.
We're going back to Milton Keynes to meet Donna, the woman who spends so much of her time trying to keep one of its most deprived communities together.
And as Big Ben strikes 10, the exit poll is predicting a Labour landslide.
There's Donna. How are you?
I'm all right.
A lot of people forget, in an age as obsessed with high-profile figures and celebrity and all that the Labour Party isn't just Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner and Rachel Reeves and West Street, and it's people like you as well.
Of course it is. And you must never forget, you must keep your feet, you must never forget who you represent and what you're there for.
Yeah.
And you've spent time in Wifton.
Yeah.
They're amazing people.
Callum Anderson is duly elected.
Right, Labour's now taken 2 out of 3 of the Milton Keynes seats. 1 more to go. Yeah, that's Donna's.
Emily Darlington, Labour Party, 20,200.
Oh, come on, I'm knackered.
How do you feel? It's quite a thing, this, isn't it?
No, listen, I could get up in the morning with renewed hope for the downtrodden.
The downtrodden?
The people that have struggled. We owe it to them.
It's a very stark and simple word, landslide, isn't it? In some ways it's quite a stark and simple moment, you know. We're rid of the Conservatives after 14 years, and the Labour Party might be in power for some time. But politics is always complicated, isn't it? And a lot of people are always sort of sceptical and distanced from it, us included, a lot of the time. The point is,
at the roundabout, turn right.
We've been making these films for a very long time, and we've long since learned that unless politics is about life and the ordinary and the everyday, it doesn't mean much. And that's why we're always anywhere but Westminster.